What, I'm scaring Odell? Guess I'll put my baseball bat away. Alright, what's up guys? PeterJaguars here again, back with PeterJaguars Pick'em for Week 16 here of the 2015 NFL season. We're coming to a close of the regular games. Then we'll have playoffs though and some more goodies, but regardless, let's hop into this episode. For the update on the season, we went 12-4 last week, very solid, getting 3/4 of the games, and for the year, we are up to 134-90, so back around 60%, and with 32 more games really to go, there is still an opportunity to be up in that a little bit more, so that is what we are pushing for. Really 2 games in the build-up to this week, a Thursday and a Saturday one. For Thursday Night Football, Charles Woodson's final home game. We did take the Raiders. You see the tweet. They took care of that one, and we're able to get the W. Then Saturday game. I also tweeted this one, I believe, so that should be on screen. We rolled with the Eagles, and they weren't able to do enough. So Washington gets the W, and will win the NFC East, playing a home playoff game in the wild card round. Onto the fresh Sunday picks, though. It's Panthers, Falcons. Carolina just needs to win a couple more to complete an undefeated regular season. Would be quite a feat at 16-0. They do need to get through their division rivals in this one as well. Should be motivated again. They stomped Atlanta just 2 weeks ago, and to think the Falcons will be able to make enough adjustments to recover and beat Carolina here is a little bit aggressive. I do think this will be a closer contest than that one, which was like 38-0, but still taking the Panthers to win it. Bucks fans, this will be the week that I take you guys and you still are able to win. I'm calling it right now. Jay Cutler is going to be like, whatever, season's pretty much over. Jameis Winston is still going to be playing hard as a rookie and trying to rally the team with Alshon out. The Bears don't have a lot of weapons on offense, so the Bucks will be able to win this one in a hard-fought contest, and therefore, we should be able to finally get one of their games right. Of course, if it goes as it has, Tampa will lose a close one, but we'll see. Steelers-Ravens is one of those rivalry matchups that regardless of how good the teams are in that year at that time, whatever it may be, it can always be an exciting contest. So even though people are kind of marking this one down as a win for Pittsburgh already, I wouldn't necessarily say that is the case. It is a very depleted Baltimore team, and I don't expect them to really rally enough at home to win this one, but in a way, it is their final go, their Super Bowl something. To put a dent in their rivals' playoff hopes would definitely mean a lot to them, so they will be going out hard, but probably not a good enough team to do that. And speaking of injuries, one has to wonder how Dallas' season would have turned out had Tony Romo been okay the entire year, but of course, with him out a lot, they're 4-10, out of the playoffs. Buffalo has fallen in a couple games to NFC East opponents, so they're out as well. So really, this is kind of a meaningless preseason game, if you will. These teams maybe have a little bit to go for in terms of pride or draft position, and it is Kellen Moore coming out for the Cowboys. Not really sure how he will play. I am going to take Buffalo in this one, probably playing a little bit harder at home, but it's hard to predict these types of games. Maybe it was the primetime lights, but after seeing Detroit's effort on Monday night, it seems like they're still trying to play hard and gather some momentum heading into 2016. So playing against a Blaine Gabbert-led squad that was down, 24-0 to A.J. McCarron's team last week? I don't know that I really want to be rolling with the Niners in this one. Again, I apologize for basically never picking these guys, but do you really think they're going to win this one? Because I don't, and if they prove me wrong, congrats, but I just don't see it happening. At the moment, Kansas City would get an AFC wildcard spot. They are tied with the Jets and Steelers at 9-5. Those three are kind of battling it out for the 2 spots, but they are in a good position, pretty much controlling their own destiny, so they should be able to bring enough here and take down Cleveland, who isn't in the mix for the playoffs at all right now. It's not guaranteed. We'll put a little look at the playoff bracket right now on screen, in fact, which I have been kind of creating and delving up. We will be doing an episode making all the playoff bracket predictions at some point, and I may do even the PeterJaguars Pick'em throughout those playoff weeks, but regardless, there's a look at the bracket. We are going to be taking KC to take down Cleveland. And given that hectic situation for the AFC wildcard spots, it's essential that the Jets come out in this one and earn a victory against the Patriots. It's going to be tough, But New England has a lot of injuries right now, and they may be trying to just kind of drift through, not let too many more guys get hurt, and lock up a bye so they can rest up before getting into those deep playoff games. And they are going to be a very strong team for that situation. But aside from really quarterback and tight end, I don't know what the Patriots have over the Jets. This is a good, solid roster right now. And with these guys sitting out, I think they will be able to stick up at home and take down the Pats. I look at this matchup of Colts-Dolphins and basically say, meh. Like, Miami was supposed to be a very solid team. I believed in them. They're totally out of it at this point. The Colts do need to probably get one more win in one of these last games and hope that Houston loses out. Of course, we could win our last couple and come into the mix as well. So really, this isn't too big a game. The one against Tennessee next week, more important for tiebreaker status because it's divisional and all of that stuff. I don't know if they're even going to be trying too hard, Indy, in this one. But of course, the Dolphins not in the playoffs either, so it could really go either way. Should be a close game, but I am going to roll with Miami. Okay, so we have Titans-Texans next, and then it's Jags-Saints after that. I'm sort of bringing these games together because they are relevant to the AFC South situation. But quickly, little detour. If you guys weren't around for my last pick'em video, I talked about how I would be going down to Jacksonville for Jags-Falcons. Here's some pictures and stuff on screen of some stuff I was able to do when I was there. Very cool, a lot of fun, met a ton of the players and some awesome stuff. Blake Bortles, Allen Hurns, Julius Thomas, Gus Bradley, a bunch of those guys. A lot of fun, so make sure to spike that like button for that, as the cheerleaders are encouraging you to do, and we will progress through with this episode. So spike those likes, and you can subscribe also. But it is on to Texans-Titans now. We may do a little vlog, by the way, on that Jags game if you guys want to see it, and if I can conjure enough footage to put it together. But anyhow, back to these games. We gotta stop getting sidetracked for all those likes. So this one is going to be interesting. Zach Mettenberger comes in because Mariota is shut down for the year, and he's going to be trying to win it. If the Texans lose this one, and we win our game right here against New Orleans, then we just need a couple more things to go our way next week. Another win for us, loss for the Colts, and we could be into the playoffs. So it's still very possible. I'm rocking my Jags gear all the way. We are hoping I will go crazy if it happens. But of course, that is unlikely. And my pick for this one is going to be the Texans. So if that happens in the early set of games, it's over. We won't be making the playoffs this season, but still valiant. And we will be taking Houston in that one with a superior defense and a more organized offense, even if it is Brandon Weeden leading the guys. Then as for our game, even if we are eliminated from playoff contention, I want to win. I want to win football games. See these guys perform. They're still playing hard. Blake Bortles, Allen Robinson, Hurns, TJ Yeldon hopefully will be back. Julius Thomas, the offense is electric. The Saints do not have the type of guys to slow us down. And I want to see a lot of points put up in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. So let's go Jags for this one. And with my Jags dealings aside, Rational PJ steps back onto the scene. Okay, Rams, Seahawks, guys. The Rams were able to beat the Seahawks each of the past couple of years, so I feel like Seattle's going to want revenge. They're playing so well right now. Maybe that is going to slow down at some point, but taking on the St. Louis at home or whatever, really not going to be the game that really stops. Next to the best game on paper this week, Packers-Cardinals. Arizona looks pretty likely to get the number 2 seed in the NFC. Won't catch Carolina, won't fall down to Green Bay. But of course, they still want to win this one and keep their hopes flying high, all that stuff with Honey Badger out. Really feel for him because he's a great player, works super hard, totally love the dude. So that is an absolute bummer. And can they take down the Packers at home for this one? It's really up in the air. We were doubting Aaron Rodgers a few weeks ago in that Minnesota game. It came and balled out. The Packers still aren't looking like completely themselves. The team that I thought at the start of the season should maybe even be the Super Bowl favorite. But we'll see in this one. It could totally go either way. We don't know if the Cardinals will be flat and sort of throwing this one, trying to get the win next week and take that bye week heading into the playoffs. Green Bay, though, still fighting hard and all that stuff. So it could really go either way. I am going to take Arizona. I feel like their defense will be able to contain Rodgers at least a little bit, and I don't know that Eddie Lacy is so great right now, but this should be an entertaining one. As we joked about in the intro, I guess Odell was a little too intimidated and got himself suspended for this one after going after Josh Norman, all that crazy stuff, so he's not going to be playing. Giants are out of it at this point too because of the Redskins win, so it's not too important for them. Minnesota, on the other hand, wants to improve their status for the playoffs and earn a berth, so really just based on them having a lot more to play for and being at home, you've got to roll with the Vikes. And lastly, for Monday Night Football, we got Bengals-Broncos, another very exciting one on paper, but it is A.J. McCarron. The Broncos fell to the Steelers last week, wanting to rebound. Their defense has to lock up, and it's going to be Brock Osweiler taking on another superb defense in Cincinnati. So should be a good game, but I'm not going with McCarron in prime time against a really solid Broncos secondary and squad. Von Miller is going to be going after him, putting pressure up, and it could be an interesting one. Not a guarantee, but got to be rolling with Denver right here. Both of these teams will be in the playoffs. There you have it, our picks for all 16 games and Week 16 here. One last look at the winners as we are wrapping up. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more vids. Again, make sure to spike that like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for tons more NFL Madden 16 content. And let me know in the comment section what you currently think the Super Bowl matchup is going to be. But anyway, guys, a little nice message from the man Dante Fowler here, who saw our Live the Dream video about him and was super cool. And I'm out. Peace.